So today we are going to discuss about fluid friction, that in page number 153. Actually, we know that a resistance by the solid particles, but air and water also possess resistance, that is friction. Actually, we know that there are three states for matter: solid, air and water. And solid produces dry friction, and air and water combines, we are saying fluid friction. Air and water we are combining, say that fluids. So air and water also possess friction. Okay, so we know that fluids have no fixed shape and size. So what is meant by fluid friction? Is fluids possess friction? Yes, of course. Consider an object is moving down through air. Is there any friction? Of course, air produces friction. That's why we know that comets and all is not entering to our earth because of the friction. They will become ashes, of course. And also fluid, that is water, also possesses friction, of course. That's why we have to make a lot of force when we are swimming through. That is, these are the example for that we possess, that is fluids possess friction. And for the friction provided by the fluids depends on nature of the fluids. Here are two examples for you. Consider an object is moving from A to B through air and water. Which one have more friction? Of course, the water, the object moving through the water have more friction. That is according to the thickness of the object. That is, thickness will increase fluid friction. The thickness of the fluid or fluid's resistance is known as viscosity. That is, water have high viscosity than air. And we know that honey is more thick. So, honey have more viscosity than water. That is, fluid's resistance to flow is known as viscosity. So, fluid friction depends. First one is nature of the fluid. Second one is speed of the object. How speed of the object helps the friction? Of course, when speed increases, fluid friction also increases. Consider a vehicle with 100 meter per hour. It have more drag and then lower speed. That is, drag means the fluid possesses and friction. It is known as drag, D-R-A-G. And also there is another one that depends on fluid friction. It is shape of the object. Have you ever think about that shape of the aeroplane? Why its shape is like that? Like a fish or like a bird, and we are making ships like in a different shape like a fish. Why? That shape is known as streamlined shape. Actually, this shape will reduce friction through the fluids, that is through air and water. It is known as streamlining. Streamlining will minimize fluid friction. Streamlining will minimize drag. That's why we are making that type of sports cars. Sports cars have less drag because of that shape, and that bus and omni vans and all have more drag than because of that shape. Yes. So drag means fluid friction. Fluid possesses a friction. It's known as drag. Don't forget that. Okay. Thank you.